It's not every day that you see a major retreat in cross-border flights, but Canada's skies are changing. Fast. Some of the country's biggest airlines are slashing routes to the US and shifting focus inward. Why? Well, it's a mix of politics, tariffs, and traveler sentiment. Let's take a look in today's video. Over the past few weeks, several major Canadian airlines have either suspended or scaled back US-bound flights while boosting domestic service. The reason? A sharp dip in demand for travel to the United States, especially from Canadian travelers. This drop isn't just a hunch, it's backed by hard numbers. Aviation analytics firm OAG reported a dramatic collapse in future bookings between Canada and the US, describing it as a troubling trend. Their data shows a staggering 70% decline in bookings every month through the end of September, compared to the same time last year. According to an OAG blog post dated March 26th, this sharp drop suggests that travelers are holding off on making reservations, likely due to ongoing uncertainty surrounding the broader trade dispute. The upside for passengers? OAG notes that some airlines may respond with discounted U.S. airfares to stimulate demand. Let's break this down airline by airline. WestJet. Calgary-based WestJet has taken some decisive steps. It suspended 4 U.S. summer routes: New York, JFK to Calgary, Orlando to Edmonton, Austin to Vancouver, and Seattle to Kelowna. In a statement to CTV News, WestJet explained, "Due to a downward shift in demand, WestJet has updated its summer schedule to help Canadians fly where they want to go." The airline emphasized that its scheduling is demand-driven and constantly evolving. However, there's a domestic silver lining. WestJet reports increased demand for travel within Canada, especially between eastern and western cities. As a response, it announced 3 new domestic routes and also added international service between Halifax and both Amsterdam and Barcelona. Toronto-based Porter Airlines is also adjusting course, without canceling U.S. routes. The airline told CTV News that 80% of its total network capacity during the peak summer period will now serve domestic destinations, up from a previously planned 75%. Porter said in a statement, "We are mindful of the overall sentiment as it relates to U.S. travel. Our goal is to fly where our customers want to travel, and this is a moment when Canada is at the top of many people's list." While Porter hasn't withdrawn from U.S. markets, it is clearly rebalancing. It has increased domestic flights, added service to Phoenix, San Diego, and New York LaGuardia, introduced a Montreal-Newark route, and boosted flights to Las Vegas and Fort Lauderdale. Porter emphasized that while Canada-U.S. travel is facing instability, New York remains a strategic market. There is still an overall increase in U.S. travel on Porter flights. This is a dynamic environment, and what happens in the coming months is evolving. As for Canada's flagship carrier, Air Canada told CTV News it is adjusting capacity to U.S. sun destinations by deploying smaller aircraft and reducing routes where demand has weakened. One example, non-stop Vancouver-Washington-Dulles flights are now being routed through Toronto. The airline confirmed a softening in the transborder market, with bookings down approximately 10% between April and September. According to Bloomberg, March 28th, Air Canada has specifically cut capacity for routes to Florida, Las Vegas, and Arizona, popular U.S. leisure spots. And it's not just Canadian carriers making moves. U.S.-based JetBlue has paused plans to launch a seasonal summer service between Halifax and Boston, citing underwhelming demand. The airline told CTV News, "This is one of the necessary steps we are taking to manage our business through softer-than-expected travel demand this year and economic uncertainty." However, JetBlue will continue to serve Vancouver, its only Canadian destination for now. The airline reassured affected passengers that all impacted customers will receive full refunds and that Halifax service may still be reconsidered next summer. With shifting travel sentiments, political headwinds, and changing airline strategies, the Canada-US air corridor is entering a turbulent phase. What do you think of this trend? Will domestic demand in Canada keep rising? Will these U.S. routes return next year? Leave a comment below. Thank you.